aigaga no nyina orugaga wega na nĩ wega rĩngĩ na rĩngĩ ũkaumagara ũgacemania na andũ ũkona Amerika ũrĩa kũhana to gwĩciria ũhoro wa kwanyu kũrĩa Kamae kũrĩa Gĩtathurũ na yuko Amerika nĩ wega rĩngĩ na rĩngĩ ũkaumagara gũgoka kũruta gũkũ mwena wa New York ũgacemania na andũ ũkona New York ũrĩa kũhana na nĩkĩo mũthenya nĩ njũkire mwena wa New York. At least I'm very happy, I'm a happy man. Ndĩrona New York ũrĩa hana rita rĩakwa rĩa mbere gũkinya gũkũ ati Ngai rĩu ndirĩ kayore ndirĩ kũrĩa kwa George ndĩ New York kũrĩa thomagĩra ngathĩti-inĩ na ngathomera mabuku-inĩ rĩu ndĩ gũkũ nĩ ndĩrona andũ na ndĩramahutia ta rĩu ndĩramũhutia maitũ witũ we wanenwo atĩ ndũngiuma kahũa-inĩ reke ngwĩre we no ũngĩkorwo wĩ limitation yaku mwenyewe no ume ũkaririkana tũkuka nĩ maũndũ mothe no nĩ atĩrĩrĩ ũkaririkana gũkũ tikĩ na ngobu ũkaririkana haha ti Kayole ũkaririkana haha ti harĩa Saika gũkũ nĩ Amerika nĩ kũndũ ũtanathambĩra ũgĩũka nĩ kũndũ ũkuirwo nĩ rwĩgĩ woka na wacemania na thũku aya tuonaga mahana kĩrĩa ta nginya ngoya andũ aya a Brazil thinema na matingĩnjũria tondũ onao nĩ marakena nĩ kuoywo thinema nĩ Wandamali gĩtiguo ũguo nĩguo kũhana gũkũ mwena wa New York and we are very happy na ndĩragũthĩrũkĩrwo nĩgetha wone kũndũ gũkũ nĩ gũthaka mũno mũno makĩria ithuĩ tũkĩmenyerete kũrĩa mahuti-inĩ kũrĩa gwitũ Ngegu na Alabama. But here is a very beautiful land. We love it. Nyabe menya marauga atia. Waga kwĩgĩra kwĩmenyera ũkaũndũ. Ndũĩ andũ waga kwĩgĩra ũkaũndũ kwĩmenyera ũkaũndũ. Kuma gũkũ mwena wa New York City. Gũkũ New York gũtarĩ Kenyans. Gĩtindĩ nginya mũndũ ũrahũra thimũ kũnja ataikara New York. Akĩnjĩra nginyue gĩkombe gĩa cai kana ũngĩkĩgũre ona ningĩ kĩgũra andũ maikaraga mĩena ĩrĩkũ Kenya zetu mnakaa pande gani nauliza nyinyi Kiaguo na ngie New York my friend nĩgetha ona wewe uge atĩ nĩ wokĩte New York Wandamali agĩũka New York is beautiful. Ndamugeithia muno nĩ yakwa kũrĩa guothe mũrĩ niĩ ndĩ kũndũ gwĩtagwo New York nĩ athuri me haha ndĩrageithia na atumia maranjĩrorera Hey!
That's as long as you doesn't have a second up. Yeah, no. You're not,
Dapat kurang nego tuh live in a minute. Karena samlak, ya, samlak mwenyewe.
Nama dia website www.samlak.com. www.samlak.com. Samlak ni tuan yang pasal. Mau di random act of kind. Random acts. Wow. We're there to help the community, we help everybody and connect people to Kondani.
Can we give the young ladies a warm round of applause? And they will be back to entertain us shortly. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Julie Shuru. It is a pleasure and an honor to be with you today for several reasons. This really is a milestone. The launch of these flights is a milestone for Kenya. It's a milestone for Kenya Airways. It's a milestone for Africa. I love to share African words of wisdom, so allow me to share a couple of proverbs. The first one tells us, we are being chased by a leopard, and yet you are asking me, is it male or is it female? Are we doing the right things? And for me, this move by Kenya Airways is the right thing. The next proverb, ladies and gentlemen, no one gets a mouthful of food by picking another's teeth. Yes? We must do our own things. We must create our own realities. We must explore. We must expand. We must grow. So as we start, can we give Kenya Airways a huge round of applause? Thank you very much. We have a simple but lovely evening for you tonight. In just a short while, you'll enjoy your dinner, and you'll have some more beautiful performances from the young ladies, the Moipe sisters. These are Kenyan girls. And I'm told they just graduated, and with the top honors here in the US in musical performance. They're going to perform a little bit of Broadway for us. Okay, they'll give us some jazz, they'll give us some opera, and then they'll give us some African karanga. And when I say that, I mean a mix of African music. So we'll get it all from them. After that, we're going to have some speeches, and we shall hear from His Excellency finally tonight, the President of the Republic of Kenya. And together we celebrate this huge milestone, the launch of the first direct, non-stop flights from East Africa to the United States. Also recognize Boeing and GE, who are partners tonight. Thank you so much for your partnership, your cooperation. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to welcome you to enjoy your dinner and ask the Moipe sisters to come right back up here and keep us entertained. Let's give them a warm welcome. Thank you.
Diplomatic corps present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we say in Kenya, Mabibi na mabwana, jambo na karibuni. It's a real pleasure on behalf of Kenya Airways to welcome you on the official launching of the Nairobi, New York dinner. It is my great pleasure to welcome you for this dinner in the Rainbow Room in this exceptional venue in Newyork Plaza. And it's of course a very special moment for all of us working for Kenya Airways, commonly known as KQ, so you will hear KQ many times, because tonight is a very special evening. Maybe I would even call it a little historic evening for us. The reason for that is that we are gonna leave, and we're leaving for the first time many things in Kenya Airways history, and we're leaving this tonight. I must admit myself, my team, we are very happy and also very stressed about what is happening and what is about to happen. So let me just share with you briefly what is the first things that are happening and are gonna happen. So I'm absolutely sure that this is the first time in our 45 years history of Kenya Airways that we're hosting a dinner in New York in the presence of the President of the Republic of Kenya. That's the first time. So, Mr. President, very thank you for being here with us tonight. It's a real honor. This is also the first time in history of Kenya Airways that we are exactly 35 days away from the first non-stop flight from Nairobi to New York, as it was shown in the movie. And it has been a really long-standing project. It started almost 10 years ago to launch this flight. And it's a project that is very broadly expected, particularly in Kenya. And I have to tell you that I noticed it myself personally, because when I moved to Kenya 17 months ago, before my family joined me, I lived in a hotel. And one day I was coming to the reception, and the receptionist is saying, it was the second day of my stay. Mr. Sebastian, nice to see you, it's good that...
So, very good. Thank you, Sebastian. Now that I have this fancy phone here to my notes, now the notes have disappeared, which is very good for me. Well, I have to do this improvised. So, Your Excellency, Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya, Commander of the Armed Forces, the Honourable Minister, C.S. Juma, the ambassadors from the United Nations, the ambassadors to Kenya, governors present, members of Parliament who may be present, members of staff of Kenya Airways, honoured guests. First of all, thank you very much for coming to this function tonight. This is a special event for us, as Sebastian has mentioned, and I won't go through all that. So this is a very special event, and it's a new turnaround for Kenya Airways and a new phase in our development, and I think and also know that this is a new beginning for us for Kenya Airways. As probably many of you know, that we've been through quite a traumatic time over the last 4 years. We've been through a financial restructuring, we're now going through a different restructuring. We have new things on the horizon to turn this airline around, to make it once more the pride of Africa. And I don't intend to use this speech to talk about what Sebastian said about our flight to New York, but what I want to talk about is to express my appreciation, and the appreciation not just of myself personally, but also of the board of Kenya Airways, the staff of Kenya Airways, to the government of Kenya. Without their support, without the personal support of His Excellency the President, his cabinet, of the civil service.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Well, I have a speech, and I don't think I intend to read it, so we can be even with Michael. Mine is just to say that it's a great pleasure to be with you here this evening as we come to this precursor, as we would call it, to the inaugural flight of Kenya Airways. Take this opportunity to thank every person in this room and without who has worked consistently for a very long time to ensure that this day that we're all looking forward to, 28th of October, a few days after my birthday, comes to a fruition. It's been a difficult road, but it is a road that we have traveled, and we can now eventually begin to celebrate the work that you have all done. On behalf of all the Kenyan people, I take this opportunity to thank all those who have been involved in that long journey. I think secondly, I would also like to thank the US administration, because they also have worked very closely with us to ensure that this Kenya Airways flight, Nairobi, New York, also becomes a reality. We've worked closely in terms of moving to upgrade our international airport in Nairobi to Category 1 status. And that also would not have been possible without the support of the US government. So I take this opportunity to thank them as well for their efforts in making this day a reality. Kenya and the United States share a lot in common. We are two countries with a strong belief in our democratic principles. We value and cherish life and sanctity of life. But we're also two countries that are very welcoming. We open our country and our borders